Yes, everyone, welcome back to another Highs and Lows podcast. Today we have a very special guest, Steph. How you doing, bro?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. How you two doing?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah,
Steph. I'm
sweet,
good, bro.
sweet. So tell us a bit about yourself.
Yeah, former professional football player, played for Arsenal for 7 years, Newcastle for 3 years. Got a bad injury at a young age, 21.
Yeah.
Got told to retire and kind of jumped into coaching now. It's like a new journey for me.
Okay, and like start us from like the beginning. So
What
like,
was your upbringing like?
Yeah, nah, good. I was just a normal kid playing my wrestling toys, just enjoying
Yeah.
life. And then I went to after school club when I was about year 2.
Mm.
First time playing football with a group of kids other than my family. And coach come up to my dad after the session like, your son's a good player.
Mm-hmm.
So that was like the first time my dad kind of realised my son might have something, and then got called up for the borough team. Always played a couple of years up because I was quite tall, and then got signed for Crystal Palace when I was 11.
Oh,
Okay.
really? You started at Palace, yeah?
Yeah, started at Palace, so that was
Nice.
good. But again, at that young age, some boys are bigger than others. Like I was
Yeah.
tall,
Yeah.
but I was still quite slim.
Yeah.
I was there for like 2 years. I was alright. I weren't great.
Mm.
Like I was decent for that level, and then one day they said to me, "You're not the level that we want. There's boys that are better than you, physically better than you in that sense." Then my dad was kind of like, I'm 6'3", so my son's gonna be tall
Yeah.
eventually, but they weren't interested.
How old were you then?
I was just turning 13,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
So still
so-
young.
still young.
Mm.
Yeah.
So then got released there, which was hard to take as a kid, like getting told you're not good enough, and then stopped playing football for a good 2 months.
Mm.
Just went back to enjoy life, my friends, just chilling after school, doing whatever. And I'll never forget the day I come home from school, and then my dad was by the door. So obviously I was late. Normally meant to be home by like 3:30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was a bit late. So I was like, I'm gonna get grounded. I'm in trouble. And he said to me, are you fit? I haven't played football for like 2 months at all. I just stopped.
Mm.
And then he was like, we got training tomorrow. Like, make sure you're home from school quick as you can. Next day, was driving now. Drove to about Peckham Library and picked some random guy up. Never seen him, never heard of him. And he just got in the car and was like, can you play football? I was like, I'm panicking because I'm a kid. I'm like, I don't know who this guy is,
Yeah,
anything like.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, I can play. So we're driving now, and I know the route to Arsenal from when I was at Palace. You know, like
Yeah,
certain
you
teams,
know
you know
certain,
the
yeah.
routes. And then drove into the Arsenal training ground, and I promise you now, I've never had my heart beating so much.
Really?
I was
What, he
like-
just picked you up and took you to...
Yeah, like
That's
no
jokes.
information, no nothing. Like I'm
Nothing.
just,
That's a
I'm
crazy.
just there. I've just got released by Crystal Palace, and now you're
Yeah.
driving me into Arsenal training ground. I'm like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
And then the guy got out of the car that was with, and my dad said to me, listen, I never told you, but you got scouted by Arsenal when you was at Palace.
All
The
right.
same season I got released.
Mm.
So I was kind of like, nah, you're lying. He's like, he showed me the card. He was like, look, son, we played Arsenal, beat them 3-2. I had best game of my life.
Mm.
And then
Yeah.
he's like, they gave me a card after, but I just never told you. So I was like, oh, cool, like, feeling a bit better now. Got into the training ground, spoke to a few of the people, but they're like, we're 15. I'm like, what? I just turned 13.
Yeah.
This ain't my age, like, what's going on here? Went out to training now. I done decent for the level, like, they're older than me. Obviously, they're Arsenal players.
Yeah.
And I held my own. I wasn't great, held my own. So I was on trial there for about 6 weeks, and then it was the end of the season. I remember we went back in for like pre-season, like
Yeah.
training,
Yeah.
and the manager come up to me like, have you not got a kit yet? So I'm like, what's this? What do you mean I've not got a kit? Like, you know when you're trialist, you're
Yeah,
wearing
you
your own
just wear
clothes.
your
own-
and
Yeah.
You're like kind of like the outsider. And then I went and called my dad. I was like, Dad, I think I might get signed. Like, I'm excited now, I'm buzzing.
Yeah.
And then like a week later, they come to me with a contract, and like from that day on,
Just
life
from
just changed.
just from that game, you got released from Palace.
I played
2
a
months out,
couple
and then
games. Like I played a couple games, and I'll be honest, in the games, I didn't think I was great. Like
Yeah.
my dad was always positive, but always hard on me. Which
yeah.
Which made you better though.
yeah, it made
Probably
me better. Like
yeah.
made my standards. I knew, like, I'll tell you a little story. I knew if I was playing well with my dad.
Mm.
So if he's talking to the parents on the side,
Mm.
I'm having a good game.
Yeah.
If he's standing with his arms crossed like this, I know, like, on the way home it's gonna be a long journey.
Yeah.
But I needed that at the time, because you know when you're young, you're just going
Yeah.
through life not really thinking much.
Yeah,
I needed that
100%.
person to be like, you gotta do this, you gotta do that.
Discipline, Joe.
Yeah, discipline kind of thing. And then from that I pushed on. I was just one of those players that was getting better and better each
Yeah.
session. And then I remember we started doing technical work a lot. So at Palace it wasn't really technical, it was more just possession in games.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
So then every session, the start of session, we're doing kick-ups for like 20 minutes.
Mm.
I couldn't really do kick-ups. Like
Yeah,
I'd never
I
really
remember
practiced
that.
it.
Yeah.
So these guys going 2 left, 2 right, 2 knee, 2 on the head. I'm like, I'm just chasing the ball around, and everyone else is just comfortable. I'm just running around after the ball. I'm like, what?
Hey, that was
I'm
me
like-
when I went to Spurs. They
I'm
used to-
like, what's going on? And then I remember every day after school, like from the day I got signed, I was outside with my cousin just practicing, going on YouTube typing in Ronaldinho versus Neymar versus Kaká,
Yeah.
practicing all the skills like every single day. And like within 6 months, I could do kick-ups all day, literally. And from that moment, I realised, if I work hard, anything's kind of like, possible in a sense.
No.
Was you centre half back then when you went to
Yeah,
Arsenal?
this when I just started playing centre half.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I went to Palace. That's when I first converted properly because I started growing.
Yeah.
But I was always a winger and midfielder.
Yeah.
And I always thought, I'm going to be like a
Yeah.
flary winger.
Yeah, and this was when you were 14, 13?
I was still 13. I was still
13?
13.
Okay.
This is
Arsenal,
all in
yeah.
the space of like, from getting released to getting signed, this is all in the space of like 4 or 5 months.
Oh, wow.
So half
Okay.
the people at school thought I was, he's lying, don't play for Arsenal. And I was
Yeah.
like, no, I play for Arsenal,
Yeah.
legit. Like,
Yeah.
and then, I remember we had a few reviews, like Christmas review. They were like, yeah, he's doing well, he's getting better, but he's not better than the other 2 centre halves. But they've been there for like 5, 6 years.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to be as good as them. And then, as time went on, carried on playing well. I was just getting better and better each game.
Yeah.
And I remember one summer, this when I was like under 15s, all summer my dad made me go to the park with him. Like, it's my time off school, it's my time to relax.
Yeah.
He made me do long passing for hours and hours and hours to the point where I'm just like, this is just long.
That's what you
like,
got to do, though. You know what I mean?
this-
You got to do it.
But I didn't realise this at the time, so I just wanted to be
Yeah,
at
of course.
home
At that
playing.
age, you don't.
I want to be playing FIFA and going out with my
Yeah.
friends this summer. Like, I want to enjoy life.
Yeah.
And then, I remember the season started and like I was just playing long passes all the time, dropping to the left winger's toes, on the striker's toes, getting assist after assist, just playing well. And my dad was like, see,
That's
like,
where it's,
the progress. He's like, now you got something different to everyone else.
Yeah.
So then I remember I had a bad injury, like my back. I woke up one day, it's like under 15s. My back was just killing me and I was like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
So
Back's
I told
the
the
worst.
physio, sent me for MRI. This is my first time ever like being injured or anything.
Yeah.
Big machine, MRI, like if you've been there, like,
Yeah,
you know, it's a
yeah,
bit
yeah,
scary.
yeah,
So
Yeah, madness.
they come back and say, yeah, you got a stress fracture.
Oh.
So I'm like, what? Don't know what that means. They're like, mate, you're going to be out for at least a good 4 months. So now it's
Damn.
going into under 16 season. So I'm like,
Yeah.
you
wanna
know,
get that
like
scholar.
16 is
Yeah,
like
yeah.
scholar.
Pressure's
big.
on.
And then, it was a hard time, like being injured, especially at that young age. I didn't know what to do. So then, eventually I got fit. I'll say like just after January.
Yeah.
That's when the scholar meetings was. So I haven't played for like 6 months. So I'm like, I'm done.
Yeah.
And because my last name's O'Connor, I'm one of the last guys to get the review.
Oh yeah.
Alright.
So everyone before me is like released. And remember, we used to win most of our games. So
Yeah.
I'm confused now. Like, how's everyone getting released?
Everyone's getting
They
Yeah.
played and we won most of our games. He come to me, and then he slid forward a sheet with a Man United badge on it because obviously I support Man United, so I was in talks with Man United at the time.
Okay.
Yeah, they were interested in me, and he was like, "If you think you're going Man United, it's not happening. You're getting a scholarship here." So I was like, "Oh,
What, so Manu offered you?
So Man United offered me a scholarship,
Yeah.
which for me is like a dream. I support Man United.
Yeah,
I played
yeah.
against them for years. I played well every time I played against them. It was like
Okay.
a personal.
Yeah,
But
personal.
there for
me,
Yeah,
yeah.
100%.
It's Man United, and don't get me wrong, I never really wanted to go. I didn't want to leave London.
Yeah.
I wanted
yeah.
to stay at Arsenal, but if Man United come calling, like I'm not gonna say no.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course not.
And then I had a few like I was on standby for England a lot at the time as well.
Oh yeah.
Never got called up because I missed the night cup. You know, like under 16.
Yeah, night, yeah,
I
yeah.
missed it because I was injured. So I was on standby for England because I was doing so well and stuff. And then it was like I didn't know whether I was gonna take the scholarship or not. So it was a whole situation. And then eventually I signed. And from that moment, it's like everything just clicked.
Yeah.
Went into full-time football and then went straight into the under 16s, under 21. Sorry.
Yeah. What? So you went straight from? Didn't even go through the 18s.
I played 18s when I was 16s, like the second half
Okay.
of the season.
Yeah.
So, but it wasn't good because it's mostly
Yeah.
under 16, so we used to lose a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I was like, let's go into 18s, and then
You went straight 21s.
went straight 21s. Played a pre-season tournament at Tottenham training ground with Man United, Chelsea, and Tottenham.
Did you
Yeah.
feel the difference in the level when you went 21s? Because obviously you.
100%.
Mm,
But it was a big jump for me because
yeah. of
21s
course.
at the time was reserves.
Yeah.
So you got like 25-year-olds playing
Yeah.
that are not in the first team right
Yeah,
now.
and you're like, what, 16,
I'm
17?
16, and then I remember we played, and then Steve Boldy, assistant manager, come to the tournament. Again, played against Man United, ironically. Best game of my life again. I don't know how it happened. Everything just went right.
Yeah.
After the game, he come in the dressing room and like got onto everyone one by one. You're this, you're that, you're this, you're that. Got to me, he's like, you're gonna be in the first team in 18 months. So I'm like, what?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
Like,
what's going on here?
I just
Fair
went to
enough.
school like, you're
Yeah,
just
yeah.
yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Went home, called my dad again, told my mum. everyone's excited. My dad's like, listen, son, I told you it's just to start, just keep working. So I
Stay
carried from that
grounded.
moment on, my confidence was sky high.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
now
Yeah, of course.
I'm playing every week, just training, playing. Finally got the call up for England,
How old was you then?
just turning 17.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah, so I was still,
Yeah.
this is all happening at such a young age. Like I
Yeah,
went
all happening
from
quick.
being
Yeah.
injured
How'd
a year
that
ago.
feel when you got the call up?
Do you know what? I knew I was good enough. Like I kind of
Yeah.
felt disrespected that other guys that I'm better than
Yeah.
Yeah,
are playing, but because
yeah.
they'd already been there and been playing, they haven't done anything wrong to take them out of the.
It was a bit like about time.
Yeah,
like,
it's bad timing. Like,
yeah.
and then remember I got there and I'm seeing all the names that I play against. You know, like before a game, you look at the team sheet, you're like, oh, he's good. I've got to be on my game today. And then I just felt like I fitted in easily.
Yeah.
Like training was good. It was basically like being at Arsenal with just 5 or
Yeah.
6 better players.
What players were in your age group at England back then?
Dom Solanke, Tammy Abraham, Fakayo Tomori, Ainsley Maitland-Niles.
Oh yeah.
Like literally everyone you
Who
could.
do you think the best player you played with, like in England at that time?
Before
Was?
they made it like around like under 21's age, under 18.
So obviously we all know like Tammy and all that, but was there anyone
You know what,
else?
There was a lot of good players, you know. I want to say Dom Solanke, not because ability-wise he was the best, but I played against him for years.
Yeah.
And like when it comes to finishing, he's gonna score. You might not see him for 75 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, I'll be thinking, like I got you in my pocket.
Yeah.
No chance. Like by the time I blinked, he scored 2 goals. I'm
Yeah,
like,
that's
what?
mental.
Like what?
Yeah.
And that kind of talent, you can't teach that. Being in the right area, right time. It's like, so where he is now, I'm not surprised in a sense.
Yeah.
Like I'll say him, definitely.
All right. Cool. And then what after? So England, you were there for what, a year or?
Yeah, I played.
So
2
since
games.
when you got the call up, did
Yeah.
you just play for them for the rest of?
No, I played 2 games for them, and then again, story of my life. Got another injury, so I went back on standby. Had an ankle injury, so I was out for a couple of months. Missed the next call up because you're injured. So I was on standby for England so many times. Like it was
Injuries.
It's just
mess you
injuries
up.
were just
Yeah.
hampering my development. But again, I was playing well. So then when I was a second year playing 21s all season, I finally like felt good.
Yeah.
'Cause it's a big adjustment going from under 16s
Yeah,
part time to
massively,
full time
massively.
Yeah.
football.
Your
Like
body as well, physically.
physically as well,
Yeah.
because obviously my body type, I'm tall
Yeah.
and slim. So like S&C wasn't so prevalent as it is now.
Oh yeah.
Like S&C then was more, it's just coming into football.
Yeah.
So I know at the time I needed that. But got into second year and like I just got better and better. Confidence was sky high. Everything was going right. And then I remember one day coming to training and they was like training with the first team. Again, I'm still only 17.
Yeah.
Who was in the first team then? Around them
with
times.
Wenger. This was with like Mr. Ozil, Podolski, Giroud,
Cazorla.
Koscielny, Cazorla,
Yeah.
unreal.
Quality player.
like Ramsey, Jack Wilshere.
Yeah.
Like it was a good team. It was a big jump. So then I remember it's 2 of us. I remember I was walking over to the first team now and Wenger come over to me and he's like, "Oh, hello, Stefan, I heard you're a good player." I said, "Yeah, I know I am." As soon as I said that, I said, "Oh."
Is that what you said to him?
I
Yeah?
swear
You said
to
that to
God, I was
Wenger.
like, what am I doing? But you know, you're panicking. It's like,
Yeah,
this is
yeah,
Arsene
yeah.
Wenger. Like, I've grown up like, my whole life watching him on TV.
Yeah.
Oh my
So as soon as I said that, now my heart's beating. I'm like, what have you just said? Like, this is to Wenger. Like,
Oh, that's a
remember, he's
cringe.
seen everyone
Yeah,
from
I know.
Henry
Of
to
course.
Vieira.
You're like, yeah, I know I am.
But now I'm panicking now. I'm thinking, Stefan, please make sure your first touch is good. Please.
Yeah.
So we're doing some passing pattern. And my first touch was decent. First pass, just like skimmed the mannequin. I was like, okay, cool. Got away with it. We're good.
Yeah.
We're good. And then went into like pre-match stuff, like team shapes. So it wasn't that bad. Then he's like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna do 11-11, like edge of the box. So it's tight."
Tight, yeah.
He's like, "It's one touch when they play back. So if they play back to you from midfield or whatever, it's one touch." I'm like, "What? I've never played this in my life."
Yeah.
So as a centre half, if you get the ball back, you got one touch to find your next pass.
No way.
I said, "Oh my!"
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
panicking now because like the game is so quick.
Yeah.
Like compared to 21s, it's like you got a split second to make that decision.
Yeah.
And then I remember Hector Bellerin rolled it back to me and I was like panicking. I just thought, let me just smash it. I'm not even looking for a pass. Danny Welbeck chased me down. I just sprayed it 60 yards with my left foot to the left winger. I got up. I was like, I don't know how I just done that.
Yeah.
But from that point on, I was like, yeah, I can play here.
Yeah.
And then, just pushed on from there. We're training there every day now. Like, become a regular thing.
What, with
every
first
day.
team, yeah? That's sick,
I
man.
was training centre mid, playing at right back. Wherever they needed a player to play anywhere, I was just
He
there.
was there, yeah.
It was like
And
a
you're a
couple of
left
us.
footer as well, so.
No, I was right footed.
Oh,
That's
you're
the
right.
worst thing. Yeah, I'm right footed.
Oh,
yeah.
decent.
So then, it was good. And then I remember one Sunday they called me in for training, and one of the lads was like, "Oh, have you got your suitcase?" I was like, "Bro, what are you talking about? Why would I have my suitcase?" He's like, oh, you're going with the first team. I'm like, all right.
Who were they playing?
Galatasaray in the Champions League.
No
Oh,
way.
yeah.
So I'm like, oh yeah, like cool, whatever, man. But
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
still, I'm still 17. I'm not even 18 yet.
Damn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm a second year. I haven't even got. No, I just signed my pro. Sorry, just signed my pro.
Yeah.
And then the first team coach come down and he just went mad at me. He's like, I told you to bring your suitcase. Why have you not got it? I was like, what? I'm panicking. I'm like, bro, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
I got my stuff at digs. Like I come from home.
Yeah.
And then I went home, got my stuff, called my dad. I said, Dad, I think I might be traveling with the first team. Look, son, I told you. I know you're
Yeah.
good enough. I always told you you're good enough.
Mm-hmm.
And then I remember we got on the plane, first class. Like,
Yeah, I bet you're loving it,
I'm
innit?
just sitting there. All my age are at the back of the plane.
Oh, they.
So I'm looking back like, yes, lads. And they're like buzzing and that. Like
Loving it.
It was a crazy thing, man. Like at such a young age to go from being injured 18 months ago to now I'm about to
And getting
travel,
released and
getting released. Like
Yeah.
it was a crazy journey.
Yeah.
And then I remember the game started now. Like stadium was jumping. Like away at Galatasaray, flares, like smoke. Could barely see the pitch. Like
It's unbelievable, innit?
atmosphere. I've never seen anything.
definitely
like
got one
it.
of the best fan base I think
Like,
out there.
Oh, yeah, massively.
don't get me wrong, the Emirates is good, but like see abroad,
Mm.
the passion they have is different. Oh, like crazy. And then we're winning like 2-0 at half time. They're quite comfortable. It's quite a comfortable game. Like they're already through in the group stage, like ready to go on to the knockout stage. And then I remember at half time, Steve Ball come up to me like, "Oh, make sure you stay fit." I'm like, again, I'm thinking, you're just saying stuff.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
So I go to warm up second half, and then I go sit back down after like 15 minutes.
Mm.
So I'm like, bro, you haven't even looked at me. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just standing over there I want to watch the game properly.
Yeah.
Like. And then I remember Debussy went down like the 60th minute. I'm sitting down now, I'm meant to be warming up. He turned around and he's like, "What are you doing? Get up and warm up, I told you." I'm like, "Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Like, this might actually,
Might actually
might
come
actually be happening."
Yeah.
And then I'm warming up now.
It's crazy.
And then I can't remember who was on the side. Like one of their players was like, "Oh, how old are you?" He's just talking to me. So it kind of made me feel a bit more like I'm meant to be here. I know it's weird, but like this is a guy that's playing first team football regular. So he started talking to me. Debussy went down again, like 68th minute. And I'm looking at the clock. I'm like, I might play for a good 20 minutes here. Like, there's no other like. I'm not even a right back, but I know they're gonna play me right back because I'm a young centre half. And then he just shouted over like Steph, come.
Yeah.
So I'm looking behind me like, there's anyone else called Stefan? There's no one else called Stefan. I'm looking behind me like, he's not calling my name, is he?
Yeah.
Go back in. He's showing me all like the tactics where I'm gonna stand and stuff. And I'm like, can't you just put Callum Chambers right back? Because I'm a centre back. He's like, just get on the pitch. I'm like, oh, cool. Like, I'll never get like I stood on the side of the pitch, and I remember I just looked around like it's like the whole world stopped for that. For that 5 seconds, I'm just looking around like this is the dream. Like I've worked all this time for.
You've got it. Yeah.
I come on, we had a free kick. Luckily, first like where I was, I just played it back to the Callum Chambers or Mertesacker, and then from that it was just smooth sailing.
That's unreal. So you made your debut in the Champions League.
Yeah,
At 17.
Crazy.
17.
That's unbelievable, bro. That's
And then from there, obviously played that game. Did you play much after?
No,
or?
I was training every day. I was always around it.
Bro.
Yeah, I was
Is
always
that
around it. And then spoke to Wenger a couple of times. He was like, "You're too young for me to start you in the Premier League, so I want you around it. But next season we'll try to push you further into the team. Like actually maybe get some minutes."
Yeah.
Because again, at that time, being a young player, it wasn't really that much opportunity to play.
Yeah.
Whereas now, the ethos is get young players in and play first team.
Yeah.
So even the fact of being around it at such a young age was like a good thing for me. And then I remember after that, my confidence was sky high. So for the rest of the season, I was just flying through games. Like 21 was like nothing to me now at this point.
Like,
I was literally like, this is easy work. I knew every day I'm coming to training, I'm going with the first team, or even training with my teammates.
Yeah, I know how that feels. Like you play up and then you go back down.
Yeah, like it was like a walk in the park in a sense. And then I remember we had an end of season tournament and they asked me if I want to go. And I was like, no, I want to go. It's like, these are all my friends. I want to play with my teammates. Under 19s now, we're in the final against Ajax. We won every game, like it's easy. We're winning 2-0. And I remember the ball went over the top, so I went to block it, but my knee like jarred, and I was like, oh, like that didn't feel right.
Yeah.
Finished the game now, won the tournament, everyone's happy. I woke up next morning because we're flying home, and I couldn't move my knee.
Right.
I'm like, okay, this don't feel right.
Yeah.
I look down, and my knee's like a balloon.
No.
So I'm like, oh, this is not the time. It's the last game of the season.
Yeah.
I'm going to America with my family. just want to chill out.
You had the choice to go as well, innit? You didn't even have
It's
to.
the
You
worst
wanted
thing.
to, yeah.
And then went back, got a scan. There was like severe bone bruising. Like you're gonna be
Okay.
out for at least a couple months. Like you're lucky you didn't tear any ligaments.
Right.
Couple months. I'm trying to work it out. I'm like meant to be going on tour with the first team in
Yeah.
pre-season. Like this meant to be the time. So I'm like, alright, cool. I've got to get fit. So I had about 10 days off in summer. I was like, I'm coming in every day to just get fit. I need to get fit. So I'm just lying to physio, like, yeah, my knee feels good, my knee feels good. These times I'm at home literally crying, like I'm wincing in pain.
Yeah.
Really, yeah.
Wenger come and spoke to me now with the first team physio. He was like, yeah, want you to get fit, but like, don't rush it, don't force it,
Yeah.
because it's a big opportunity for you.
Yeah.
So obviously I didn't end up going because I couldn't get fit. I was out till about October.
Where were they going?
They were going to, I think it was America.
America.
Mm.
America.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Again,
You said-
massive. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
pre-season with the
unbelievable.
first team,
Yeah.
like this is it.
Yeah.
And I was out till about October. So from May to October, I was out trying to fix my knee, and then from that was like the chain reaction. And after that, like I was always trying to play catch up now,
Yeah.
because then they brought in a centre half, Christian Bilic from Poland for like 2 million,
Yeah.
and at the time that was big money. And
That's
I'm like,
good, yeah.
oh, like I
Yeah,
got to
you
compete
just-
with him now.
Mm.
And then played
More
one.
obstacles, innit?
Yeah, like, but that's story of the game though. If
Yeah,
you're
of course.
when you're fit, you're worth whatever you're worth, and as soon as you're injured, you're like you're worth nothing.
Yeah.
That's what you don't really get taught in
Yeah.
a sense.
There's a lot of luck involved, in my opinion,
Oh, 100%.
when it comes to all that stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
100%.
yeah, it's part of the game.
And
It is
then, yeah,
part of the
like, long story short, I went alone to York after that, finally got fit. That was crazy in itself. Like,
Yeah.
I
What
went
was that
from
like, experiencing there? Where were they? What league were they in
League
then?
Two.
League Two,
League
yeah.
Two, like, bottom of League Two, struggling, haven't won in 6.
Yeah.
I had a choice to go League One, but I weren't guaranteed playing time. I was like, I just want to play.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Went down there. Remember the first session, went up on a Thursday night, trained Friday morning, there's about 30 guys on the pitch.
30.
Or like a mud bath. Like,
Yeah.
remember, I've come from carpets.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah,
a mud bath.
carpets, like what,
Welcome.
Podolski, all that, and then
Like,
you gone to,
it's-
yeah.
I'm like, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
I'm playing midfield and right mid. I'm like, what? I'm a centre half, like, because there's so many players.
Yeah.
There was no room for anyone.
Mm.
And then Saturday now, starting team comes out. I'm starting. I'm like, bro, I don't even know no one's name.
Yeah,
Don't know
yeah,
what our style of players, what we're doing, anything.
Yeah.
Playing Accrington Stanley, I'll never forget it. And then I remember they had a goal kick. It's like first 5 minutes. They've launched it. I've got up one the header, and like I've blinked and I've looked up and I'm on the floor and I'm seeing the sky and I'm like, what's just happened here?
yeah.
The striker ran over me like, oh, welcome to League Two.
No
So I'm
way.
like, oh, this is one of these kind of games.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
And from that, it was like hectic, man. It was just non-stop, end to end. Like
Yeah,
I loved it.
yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I loved it.
It's
But
long
it was
ball.
like no one was trying to play football.
Yeah.
It was just like a war. I was
Yeah.
like, this is crazy. This is crazy. I'm just used to
League
like
Two, that's
get the
joke.
ball from the keeper, play to midfield, he gives it back, give it to the right back. It's all nice, but yeah, that was a good learning curve. But again, I was injured when I was there,
Yeah.
so I was there for a month. Saw the physio, got rushed back for surgery. Had a hernia, so I was out for another like
Oh, yeah,
3
yeah.
months.
Gee.
So like again, just come back from the knee injury, played 5 games, out again for another 3 months. So I'm like,
Oh,
oh,
that's,
story, man.
yeah.
This is all from the back of playing first team last season and training first team every day. Now I can't stay fit.
Yeah, yeah.
And then yeah, like finally got fit, played a couple games end of the season for 23s. I'm like, cool, I'm back fit now. I'm back flowing. Let me just try and maintain fitness. Next season went alone to Holland. That was a new journey. Like for any kid moving abroad, like it takes a lot.
Yeah.
First time being alone and stuff.
Did you struggle?
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm not good at being alone.
Mm.
Like I'm used to like off training, going see my friends and just being around people.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then at home with your mum and dad.
Yeah,
and that,
like even down to food, like I couldn't cook,
Yeah.
couldn't wash
Washing
my
your clothes,
clothes,
yeah.
like nothing. Like I got a whole pile of washing. I'm like calling my mum like, when you coming over? Like I need my washing done. Like,
Yeah.
it was a different experience. And then I was trying to teach myself how to cook, so I was living literally off pasta,
Mm.
Yeah.
cucumber, sweet corn, and
Were
like
you at digs out there or was
no, I
it?
had my own house first
Oh, no,
time.
own place.
Oh, nice.
And I'm like 18,
So you had to
18,
learn a
19.
lot,
Yeah,
innit?
like I'm trying to
Yeah.
learn how to cook. I'm on YouTube
Yeah,
watching,
yeah,
but I'm
yeah.
going to the shop and all the ingredients is in like a different language. Obviously, it's in Dutch.
Oh, nightmare.
So I'm like, I don't even know what this. I'm calling my mum like, Mum, what's this? Like, is this the right thing? Is it
Yeah,
not?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it was a whole different experience. And then come back from there, didn't really play too much.
Mm.
And Arsenal were like, oh yeah, we're not gonna renew your contract.
Really?
Yeah, this isn't like they told me in May. So it's like right at the end of the season. So I'm like, well, what am I meant to do now?
Yeah.
Went to Norwich for a bit, trained first team there. They wanted to sign me. Went to Newcastle. They wanted to sign me. So I had like a decision to make.
Mm.
And then ended up going to Newcastle, which was a whole new experience.
How did it feel when Arsenal told you that, like the team where you made your debut, and then they just told you ain't gonna renew it? Did you take it well, or?
I kind of took it as like time to get revenge. Like,
Yeah.
I knew I was good enough.
Yeah.
I knew like luck just wasn't on my side in terms of injuries and timing and stuff. So I looked at it like, you know what, I'm gonna go to Newcastle. I'm better than all these guys here. I'll get into the first team, be playing Prem, and then play against Arsenal. That's the way I chose to look at it.
Yeah.
Because I didn't really want to be. Obviously, it hurt. It did hurt. I'm not gonna sit and act like I was fine. Like, cut me.
100%.
You know, like it's your home. I've been there for like 7 years now.
Yeah.
I'm still in London. I'm still around my family. Like, it's nice.
Comfort zone as well.
It was like me with Palace.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, obviously I'm a lot younger, but I was there when I was 6 to 16.
Yeah.
So like I knew nothing different.
This is the
The
thing.
day I got released, I was sitting in the car. I was like, what do I do now?
Honestly.
Like, I go to Portsmouth, Peterborough. I was like just everywhere, sort of thing. And then
like it's hard. Like any kid out there, you need like a support system around you. Like 100%.
Oh yeah,
100%.
You need your friends or whoever you're with or your family, like just to be around you and just help. Like, I needed people to take me away from thinking about football at the time.
Yeah.
Like, let me just go bowling. Let me go on holiday. Let me just do whatever I can just to clear my mind.
And I feel like you gotta kind of understand that you're not the only one in that position.
100%.
Like there's multiple people who are going through that. You know what I mean? So you just gotta understand that.
Definitely.
It's a business at the end of the day. Like
football
like,
is.
If they're making me more money, I'm gonna go with them. Like that's the simple fact of the game.
Yeah.
Like,
So what happened? You went Newcastle.
When Newcastle, it was going well. Like training first team a couple times, playing 23s, like going well. Again, injuries. Had a hamstring injury. I was out for a couple weeks. Then had my back injury. Like it's just
one thing after the other.
Do you think that was because I don't know, just genetics, or was it like you don't think you was looking after your body right? Or
do you know what it was like? There was that season when I played first team at Arsenal. I was playing 18s, 21s, and training first team every day. So I was like 7 days a week for a whole season. We play Middlesbrough away. We'll get back at 4 a.m. I've got to get up and train first team. Like,
and you just do it.
Yeah, my body I felt fine. And after that season, my body just said, nah.
Shut down.
Shut down. So after that, I was playing catch up. I fixed my hamstring. And there's an issue now on my left knee. So I got to fix that. It was like one thing after the other. But I feel like S&C, this is why like now I'm so on like sleep, gym, reactivation. Because like,
you know how important it is.
And not even tall people, but all players, you need it. They're doing so much now. So I think that was a major thing. But Newcastle was going well. Finished the season, first season, decent first season. It's kind of like my first time playing again.
Back properly.
My confidence back. Played a pre-season tournament. Played against, I think it was Livingston, first team.
Well, Newcastle, they were in the Prem at that time.
They were Prem. They were Prem. They were Prem, but they were struggling in the Prem.
Wait, 21s or first?
Yeah, 21s. So this was like Rafa Benitez was there, and he left, and Steve Bruce come in.
Yeah.
So like they were a secure team, but they weren't secure. They were still like,
and it's hard for young players to get in there.
Nobody was playing first team.
No.
Like no one. Like, I don't blame them either because they haven't got time to take a risk. in a sense.
100%.
And then played Livingston, played well. After the game, they were interested in the loan move for me. So I'm like, cool, I'm back on my feet. 21, going loan in the Scottish Prem, like it'll be decent.
New experience.
Newcastle turned that down because like now we need him.
Oh really? Yeah.
For the 21s, so I'm like, oh cool. Like I was a bit upset at the time because like I've done this for years now since I was 16. It's time for me to now move into a first team, and I feel like mentally I'm ready now. Whereas Holland, I wasn't ready for that bigger jump. And then played well, played really well. I'm feeling good. Like I was playing in midfield, playing in right back, centre half. Like I just felt like myself again for the first time in like a couple of years. I'm fit. And then I was meant to go on loan to Wickham in League One in the January.
Oh yeah.
Because we were doing so well on the 21s, we were playing Sunderland in the Checker Trade Trophy.
Oh yeah.
So you know Newcastle Sunderland, like this is a big rivalry. Massive. So obviously I want to play, but I want to go to Wickham on loan. Like this is League One.
Yeah, for your career.
Like, time for me to push on. So then the gaffer's like, play one more game for us so you can go after that. And then
Oh no.
So then we're training now.
I already know.
Training on like, I'll never forget it. It was Christmas. I was like, can I have the week off for Christmas, please? I haven't been home for months. I've been locked in. I want to see my family and spend some time. He's like, nah, we need you back into train. So obviously, wasn't a great situation. It wasn't a great conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was kind of like, no, I want to stay at home.
Yeah, you're like,
So I've come back now. He's put me in a team with all like the under 18s and the young players, and then all like Ivan, Tony, Rolando, Aarons, all these guys are on one team, and I'm on the
Yeah.
other team. Everyone that knows me knows I hate losing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I hate losing. So my team's losing like 3-0,
Yeah.
like small-sided games. So they're all laughing and joking. I'm like, yeah, I'm about to snap someone.
Yeah,
I said,
yeah.
watch this. I said, anyone comes near me, I promise you, you're getting snapped. So then the guy's knocked the ball down the line. I've gone to just snap him, but he jumped back on the other side of me. So I've gone to turn up. The ball's over there, by the way. I'm not even looking at the ball. I'm
Yeah.
working
Yeah.
him. Gone to turn. I've just heard like a crunch. I've just screamed out.
No
like,
way.
Like, I don't know what's happened. So I'm just on the floor holding my knee. And it's like I felt like someone just lit a lighter in my knee. And my knee
Yeah,
was
yeah.
burning.
Burning,
I was
yeah.
like, what's going on? Like, couldn't move for like a good 5 minutes.
Right knee.
Right knee as
Yeah.
well. This is my leg, my wand.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
And then, yeah, so they got the stretcher out or the buggy, come pick me up, took me inside. Everyone's like, "Oh, you're out." I'm like, "Yeah, no, I'm fine. It don't hurt anymore. Like my knee feels
Yeah.
good
Yeah,
now. It
yeah.
just feels a bit.
I think it was
loose.
ACL.
Yeah, it's ACL.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everyone say that. Like
Yeah.
it kind of. Serene said that the other day.
Yeah, Serene.
He was like he done it, and then he kind of didn't feel it, played on, and then he
Yeah.
kind of come
Oh
back.
no, I couldn't play on. Nah,
You couldn't play on.
Nah, like the pain was, bro. Like
It was gone.
I've never felt pain like that,
Mm.
Oh,
and I'm
right.
not even the person to exaggerate. Like I don't know what kind of ACL. Well, I know I completely tore it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but like I couldn't walk. But my knee just felt loose. So like afterwards, after like 30 minutes, I'm kind of like on crutches, limping back in the change room. Like
Yeah.
I'm on Google now straight away because he said ACL, maybe ACL, PCL,
Yeah,
MCL.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, to me, this is letters at the time.
Yeah.
I don't even know what it
Yeah,
says.
yeah,
Like, I've
bro.
never heard of this.
Yeah, that was like me till like a couple months ago. I didn't even know.
Honestly, so I'm there on Google just looking at all like different knee injuries. I'm saying dislocated knee. I'm like, oh, 3 months? I said,
Yeah.
oh, I'll be back, man. This is fine.
Yeah.
This is fine. My knee don't even hurt no more. Like I could probably get back on the pitch if I really wanted to.
Mm.
Went home, woke up next morning. My knee was bigger than my quad.
Really?
I said, yeah.
Damn.
I said, yeah, I'm done.
Was that the
That's
second
no
time you had a
way.
big knee now? What
Yeah,
was the
like,
first one? It wasn't ACL.
First one was a severe bone bruising.
I was
Oh yeah,
bone
yeah,
bruising.
you
yeah.
said that. Yeah.
So I thought it was bad at the
What
time.
is that?
It's like,
Yeah, I've never even heard of that.
How do you
it's just
bruise a
like-
bone?
honestly, I don't know. I don't know. Like all
Yeah.
the injury stuff was new to me. I didn't really
Yeah.
look into
Yeah.
it. And then yeah. So from that part, it was a long journey to try and get fit.
Mm.
Yeah.
Knee kept swelling up. Like I was getting it drained every other month. Like fluid after fluid. No one could figure out like what's wrong.
Yeah.
So in the end, I was like, yeah, no, my knee feels fine. After like 6 months, started running, blew up again. Long story short, got to about 13 months in, and then trained for like 5 minutes, and it was like, oh yeah, you're done now. No new contract, you're done.
No
Oh, really?
way.
So I'm like,
What,
I've
Newcastle?
trained for 5 minutes in 13 months,
Yeah.
and we was talking about a new contract before I got injured,
Yeah.
and then they just said, yeah, you're done. So now I'm just like, what am I meant to do now?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
So then, come back the week after it was COVID.
Yeah.
Ironically, COVID hit. Everything's locked down. I'm
Damn.
doing my 5K runs like everyone else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doing some one-to-one training, trying to get fit, but my knee was just hurting all the time. I'm like,
Yeah.
something's still wrong with my knee,
Yeah.
but I'm just trying to fight through. I was like, let me get into a club, get it sorted after, all good. Again, knee kept swelling up. Saw specialists all over the country.
Mm.
They're like, we don't know what's wrong with it.
All right.
So I'm like, you lot are the specialists. Like, what do
How
you
do you
mean?
not know what's going on? Yeah.
So I remember one of them said to me, it's like a neurological link between your brain and your knee. So I'm like,
I've heard that before. People. Yeah, I've heard that
Neurological
before.
link.
yeah.
Yeah.
So there was nothing wrong with it. It was just in your head. That what you're trying to say.
So obviously now
You're
I'm
like,
starting to
"Bro,
go
I
a bit.
can feel it.
Yeah, like I'm starting to go a bit crazy. I'm like, now you're telling me that I'm just crazy. Like, I
Yeah,
can just
yeah.
feel pain in my knee, but there's no pain.
Yeah.
So this went on for years. Like, so eventually saw another specialist. He was like, listen, because we can't figure out the issue, we think it's best you just retire because we don't want to keep pushing you if there's an underlying issue that we
How
can't
old are you
figure
then?
out. I was 23 just turned.
23.
Yeah.
23 just turned. So I'm just like,
So you retired at 23.
yeah. So
Oh my
I remember the day I was looking at the paper like. if
Did
I
you
sat
really
in
think
this-
like I'm gonna retire? Like even though they
No.
said it to you.
No, like it took convincing. Like my missus at the time, my mum, my dad, everyone, like my agents.
Yeah.
They were like, "Listen, we'll help you in your journey. Like I know it's hard." I'm like, "Nah, like they're still fighting me." I'm like, "Nah, I can
Yeah.
do this. Like I
Yeah.
can do this."
Yeah.
And remember I signed the paper. I didn't think when I went home, I didn't get out of bed for like 4 months.
Mm.
I literally just woke up, watch series after series.
Yeah.
Is it still lockdown?
Yeah, this is like, just after lockdown.
Yeah.
It's still going on, but
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
just
I know
literally
what you
laying
mean,
there. I'm
yeah.
just like, I'm not doing nothing. Don't care.
Mm.
Didn't do anything. Didn't get a haircut, nothing. I just laid there for months,
No
like
way.
just going through each day. Like, I don't know
Yeah.
what's going on. So it was a mad time for me. Like after the
Yeah,
injury, to getting released, to then getting told we don't know what's wrong with you, we
Mm.
can't fix you, you need to retire. It was like that 2-year span was like hardest.
Basically,
Yeah.
you basically went from playing the Champions League to
Mm.
retiring within like what 5 years?
Yeah, like it was crazy, and I'm still watching all
Yeah.
my teammates on Snapchat in the change room laughing and joking. I'm just there like,
Yeah, you can't.
don't know what's going on, man.
No.
It was a mad journey.
Then
man.
what'd you do after that?
I like money, so I was like, I need to get a
Alright.
job. I'm not gonna sit here.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So I went and got a job in a law firm.
Yeah.
Don't ask me how.
Did you study, or was it like
No.
Arsenal and all that?
Nah,
No studying.
Like my auntie knew someone in the
Absolutely
law firm.
blagged it,
and then,
yeah.
like I'm just in there, I'm wearing my suit and all dappered up, and
Yeah.
I was just in there just as entertainment.
No.
I wasn't really doing no work. Anyone that works there knows I was just there as entertainment. Like
Yeah.
I'm not interested in law. I used to watch Suits, so I thought I want to be a lawyer. Like
Yeah.
like what's his name? Is it Harvey?
Suits.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good. I watched the first like series or two.
Yeah, I wanted to be
Yeah,
the
it's
guy in
decent,
Suits.
man.
So I was like, yeah, let me get into law. Like maybe I could do that. I got there, I looked around, and I was like, these lot are not happy, man. This is not it.
Yeah.
Like, I can't do this. Just sit in a computer all
It's
day
mental,
doing
innit?
this
No, I
in
can't.
silence.
I
I said,
can't.
yeah,
Bro, I
I
could
don't
barely sit here for 2 hours. Like,
Oh,
it does me.
it's
Yeah.
hard, man. I was there for 2 years as well, like just 2 years. Just
So
there.
when you was there, was you just like, I'm never playing again in your head? Obviously, I know you
no, I
probably want
forgot
to.
football. Football was
You
not
kind
a
of got past that
thing.
feeling.
Yeah, like I didn't care no more. Football was not a thing for me. I was watching
Mm.
basketball.
Alright.
I was
Really?
playing basketball. Even though I
Yeah.
was in pain, I was still playing basketball with my friends and stuff.
Yeah.
I was watching NBA. Didn't care about football at
Yeah.
all.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Just deleted it from my memory, like
Yeah.
completely gone.
Mm. But you got do your coaching, doing your coaching now, obviously.
Yeah,
When
I
did that
just-
start?
That started because I just started complaining about my job like every day,
Right.
and my dad was like, "I've told you already, go be a coach." I was like, "No, I ain't doing that, man. I
Yeah.
ain't doing that's long. That's long. I'm not doing that." And then I started my own company. I had one kid at first that couldn't even do kick-ups,
Right.
Mm.
and I was like, I can't be arsed. Like
Yeah.
I,
Yeah.
I wasn't
You
used to
need
this.
patience.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
like I'm just used to getting the ball. Everyone can do everything,
Yeah.
and I got another kid, and another kid. By the time I blink, I had like 10 kids. And I was
Yeah,
like, oh, it's getting a bit of traction.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah.
And then people then messaging me like, "Oh, can we do a 1-to-1?"
Yeah.
So now it's like a girl that was at Tottenham,
Mm.
and then another guy, and then this, and then that, and then a lot of people started coming through, and then I was kind of like, I was doing it, but I wasn't really
Mm.
interested. I was just doing it for the sake of it, 'cause I didn't like my job.
Yeah.
And then I got a job at like a Saturday team, just a normal Saturday team, and the first game we lost like 12-0. Couldn't believe it. Like lost. I don't like losing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So even at
Yeah, I
that,
know you don't.
like even at that, I'm like, what do I say to these kids?
Yeah.
Because all I know is like strict,
Yeah.
blunt,
losing.
say as it is.
Yeah. How old are
Get
they?
on- They're
What?
like 11.
Yeah. You can't really.
So I'm like, and they're all smiling after the game. I'm
Yeah,
like,
you
what
couldn't follow
are
it.
you smiling about?
Yeah,
Like, why are you
yeah.
smiling?
Yeah.
They're like, oh, we tried. I'm like, I don't want to hear that rubbish. Like, what do you mean you
Yeah.
tried? You just lost 12-0.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So even like, that was a new challenge for me in terms of coaching. Like coaching, doing training sessions, fine.
Mm.
It's technical stuff. But learning how to manage people's personalities and what triggers certain people is like a whole new challenge for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then eventually I got through to them and I turned that team into a winning team. Like
Mm.
we won everything, won tournaments and stuff. Like it was good.
Yeah.
Did you find a different joy in it?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Like when you give information to someone and they learn over time what you're trying to teach them
Yeah,
and
yeah,
implement
you
it into
feel
a
good.
game, it's like
Yeah.
I had this feeling
yeah.
now. But again, before like as a player, looking at coaches, I'm like, oh, this guy's on my case all the time. Like
Yeah.
the other
yeah.
coach is constantly
Yeah,
talking.
of course.
I'm just like, leave me alone. Now I see because
Now
I'm on the
you're
other side
Yeah.
why they do it.
Mm.
And then I got a call from my old teammate at Arsenal, Mark Bowler.
Mm.
He's like, oh, I see you're coaching. Like you should go down to FSCR.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I heard of them. Like I remember I used to see them on social media
Does
when I
he
was
still
playing
play,
and stuff.
Bowler?
Yeah, he plays in Turkey now.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, yeah, I've spoken to Dylan. He's like, talk to him on the phone and organise we can go down and have a little session.
Mm.
And I remember the first session, spoke to Dill, come down. He's like, can you take the first 20 minutes? Again, this is like a big jump. I've gone from just training a couple kids
Yeah.
and like half decent players to now I'm training guys that I grew up playing against.
Yeah.
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 So then remember the first session, just done like a passing pattern, a little bit of possession and stuff. and it went well. And I was like, cool, maybe I can. It's like a confidence booster. Maybe
Yeah,
I
no.
can
Yeah.
handle training people that are.
I feel like it's just a natural thing for footballers
Yeah.
in a way. So nothing crazy. I remember I went to school one time and I just had to take the PE lesson. I thought, oh, right, I'm all right at this.
Yeah.
I don't know, because of football, but it's good.
I think it's like a new challenge. Like, if I was to give advice to footballers, I'd say every footballer should do a bit of coaching.
100%.
Yeah,
You see the game from a different perspective.
Yeah,
Like,
100%.
100%.
And it makes you better at football.
100%.
100%.
Like, even when
Yeah.
I jumped in training sometimes, like, obviously I can't move now and stuff, but because I can see it from a different perspective, I
Yeah.
can see things like kind of before they're happening, so I
Yeah.
could still train a bit. But yeah, like FSR has been a blessing. Like
How long you
people
been
I've
there
met-
for now?
Been there for like about just over a year.
Oh, nice.
Just over a year. So like it's been a blessing, man. Like I gotta give a shout out to Dylan and Dan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Helped me out a lot. Like even in
Top.
regards to like my fitness and my knee and stuff, they've helped me with that.
Yeah.
Meeting new people, development in terms of my skill set of coaching and different sessions and how to talk to people and seeing people I haven't seen for years. Like it's been
Yeah,
Been
because
a
you get
blessing.
a bit of everyone in there, in
Yeah,
FSCR.
100%.
Yeah, you do. It's just all abilities.
this is
All
the,
different
even like when I
cultures.
first joined it was different for me. Like I done the first session with the pros.
Mm.
So even meeting everyone outside of just the pro session was like a big thing, and like
Yeah.
just giving people advice, like
Yeah.
advice that I didn't have. Like, so I'm not saying I'm a mentor to a lot of people, but like I talk to a lot of people about
Well,
decisions
you
in
have
terms
been
of
where a
football
lot of
and
people want to get to.
Exactly, bro.
So,
You've
you know what I
been
mean?
there. Like,
Yeah.
even though it unfolded how you didn't want it to unfold,
yeah,
bro, you've been there. You got to the dream that everyone
Yeah.
wants to get to.
yeah.
So you are a mentor in a
Yeah.
sense for people.
I appreciate that, man. Appreciate
No,
it.
but it's good. I mean, we've trained a few times.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bro. We've trained a couple of times,
Couple of
bro.
times,
Yeah,
man.
good.
I'll get it.
Lost my head a
Bro.
couple times, but
But yeah,
yeah,
things
nah,
with me, when I come FSCI, it's always the time where I haven't trained and I'm like,
Yeah.
right, I need to get back on it.
Yeah, yeah.
And I come and I have a session. I just have a session that I'm just like, oh, I had a bad session, man. And I just get head loss all the time.
no, do you know what it is? Like at FSCR, it's highly focused on your technical aspect rather than the level aside. You can kind of like hide a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're solely focused on developing your technical side of the game. So it's for any players out there that want to develop that side of the game, it's perfect. Like,
Oh, it's unbelievable.
like left foot, right foot, outside of the foot,
Mm.
how you control the ball, how quickly you make decisions. Like it's
Little details
Little
that make you
details.
so much better than you.
100%.
Like you think, like it will be like a small detail that you
Yeah.
think, like I don't know, like receiving it on the back foot instead of, and then you do it and you're
Yeah.
like, oh my days, that just saved me 3 seconds.
100%.
You know what I mean?
But this is the things you don't get taught in like group sessions because
Yeah,
you're focused on like the tactical perspective rather than
Yeah,
the actual
yeah.
technical
yeah.
standpoint. So
And I sort of obviously probably when you was at Arsenal, even though where you progress so quickly,
yeah.
most of them players already knew that stuff, and it was
100%.
like they didn't have time to teach that. It's
Nah.
just you had to get it. You know what I
It's
mean?
either you get it or you don't.
Yeah, and being around people like that, it kind of helps.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
You kind of just
100%.
pick it up.
No, I feel like it's a natural progression, like for a lot of people. But that's the difference between being at a top level and being at other levels. Like
Yeah.
how quickly you can retain information or just like muscle memory kind of thing.
Yeah,
I think that's
how
like
easy you are to coach.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
even like me explaining that to people because they're always like, oh, how can I improve or what can I do different? I'm like, I can't give you all the answers. But for me, like the key thing is just watching football. Like my dad always told me, study a player and try and emulate him as best as you can, like copy him as much as you can. So I chose Rio Ferdinand, so my whole play style was based
Yeah.
on him.
Sure,
And,
boy.
and that helped a lot, man. That helped a lot, like in terms of actions and how I moved and certain things I've done. Like that's my advice to every young player: choose a player that you feel like you have a similar skill set to, within reason.
Yeah.
Don't choose
Yeah.
Messi or something because like
Yeah.
Messi's one of a kind.
Yeah,
but,
yeah. He's an
yeah,
alien,
like,
mate. The geezer's an alien.
100%. That's my standpoint on like
Yeah.
player development. Yeah.
And who's the best player you think you've ever played with? You'd say. I mean, you've played with a lot of good players, but
Like, who is someone you've got on a
Top.
pitch, like with or against, and you've just gone,
I'll say
my God.
my one of my favorite players growing up from when he's at Madrid was Mr. Ozil. So when I was
Ozil,
around
yeah.
Mr. Ozil, like
Oh, I bet that was
I was in
unbelievable.
awe, like I was like, this guy's just like. Don't get me wrong, he didn't train. Like he barely trained.
Did
Like,
he? Yeah?
Nah, he barely trained.
Really?
But when he did train,
Naturally,
like
yeah.
he was like the things he could do.
Magician.
Like I'll be marking Giroud, let's say for example, and I'm like, yeah, he's about to punch it first time around the corner to Giroud. He'll just do a reverse 30-yard switch of play to the right wing. I'm like, you haven't even looked. I've been
Yeah.
watching you. You haven't even looked. How do you look? And it's dropped perfectly to like
crazy,
over his
innit?
toes. I'm like, it's different. But I'd say like the best player I played against.
Yeah, what's the best striker you played against?
yeah, striker.
Do you know what it was? That Chelsea youth team. That was like Tammy, Dom,
Yeah.
Ruben Loftus-Cheek,
All of them.
Kyle Tomori. Like, I want to say there's a guy called Charlie Colkett in there. I don't know if you guys know him, midfielder.
Heard of him?
Like,
Yeah, I've heard.
Yeah.
Of it.
like that guy was. I played with so many good players. Like, I can name like how
Yeah,
many.
yeah,
But
yeah.
for me, like some of the stuff that kid could do at
Yeah.
like 16,
Was mental.
Crazy.
like left foot was like a wand. Like
Mm.
you press him, you couldn't get. I'm gonna never forget one time I thought, you know what? Let me get close to him. Let me step into midfield.
Yeah.
The ball's come to him. He's just like flicked it outside of the foot, and I've watched it like go over my head, and then he just hit it on a half volley bounce, switched to the right winger. And I
Yeah.
said, yeah, this kid is
Yeah,
different.
it's
Man.
good.
That's mad.
Kid's different, man.
Yeah, that's sick, man. If you could go back 7 years and change something, what would you do differently?
Not get injured. No, but yeah, no, I think I would have.
Do you think you could have stopped that, or do you think that was just inevitable? Like,
Yeah, 100%. I
You
could have
think?
stopped it. I feel like at Arsenal we had the care of S&C stuff.
okay,
Like at Newcastle, I kind of got there and I was just like doing my gym, but it wasn't anywhere near as detailed.
you wasn't thinking about it
Yeah,
as
like
much.
I was kind of
taking
like,
it serious.
Do you think FSCR's made you realise
oh,
what you could have
100%.
done?
100, like if I had FSCR when I was playing, I'll still be playing now. Where
Yeah.
I'll be, I don't know,
Yeah.
but I'll be playing now. I feel like taking care of my body a lot more in terms of gym and stretching and strengthening certain areas and all that. That's to me, that's the only thing I would change. Other than that, like in terms of work ethic, and I always worked hard. That,
Yeah.
There's never a doubt, but it's just outside of the pitch, I could have done a lot more.
Yeah.
I feel like at the time it wasn't a thing like that though.
Away from football.
Away from football, like I should have
Yeah.
taken more time to do my strength and do my
Weren't as
Like
big as it is now, though,
activation.
is it?
Nah, at all,
Yeah.
at all. And I feel like I would have been a lot more patient as well. Like I was looking around at a lot of people that I played with,
They were
Yeah.
getting.
and they were around the first team. Like, remember, you're a centre half. You're not a winger or a
Yeah.
striker. So if you play, it's a big risk for a manager because if I lose the ball, they're through on goal. If you lose the ball, you still got your midfielders
Yeah.
and defenders and keeper behind you.
And obviously, it was probably like when you're injured, you're sitting there and you're like, personally, you're seeing, even though they're your mates, you're seeing them all do
Yeah.
like good stuff, and you're
Yeah.
like, I should be there, I should be
Yeah,
there, and
I'm-
like you feel like you got to rush. You know
Yeah,
what I
like I feel like definitely with the injury. If I took more time with the injury and actually allow my body to recover,
mean?
but you know, in football, you just want to get back fit. You're
Yeah,
there,
100%.
like, everyone, I'm
100%.
watching training through like the window, and I'm like,
But you see
I
everyone
would've done
playing.
this.
No matter how
Yeah.
many times people tell you don't rush it and that, you bro,
Oh,
you
you have
just
to.
want to.
but
But-
you know what it is? When you play football, you're in the football world only. Now I'm outside of it. I can see life from a different perspective.
Yeah.
So like when people injured at FSCR, I'm like, listen, don't rush. I know you want to rush and get back fit.
Yeah.
You'd
I
rather
remember you said it
through
to me when I
Yeah.
come back from MCL and I trained
Yeah.
with you up top, and you was like if you're still out and chill, like don't rush anything.
That's
But
the main
it's-
thing. Like a lot of people don't know, but like take your time, let your body actually heal up properly. Because then when you're back fit, you're staying fit.
Yeah.
Not go back out fit and you're injured again 2 weeks later because something else has gone wrong. You have to be injured again. Just take your time, man. Whether you're out for, if they say 6 weeks, be out for 6 weeks.
Yeah.
That just
Yeah.
stick to that time frame and just be patient. Really, that's all I'll say.
Yeah, patience again. And do you recommend, like, obviously, your football career didn't last like as long as you wanted it to.
Yeah.
Do you recommend having a plan B, or do you think everyone should just go? I know it's a hard question, but
Did you always know plan B or?
No. Education wise, I got good GCSEs. Like
okay,
I was always a smart guy, but like when you love football, you love football. So I would never
Yeah,
tell
yeah.
anyone be prepared for a plan
that's
B.
all you
Like,
thought about. Yeah,
if you love football, give your all into football. If, if that's
Yeah.
what you want to do, go
Yeah.
above and beyond. Like
Yeah.
do that. But I'd never shy away from coaching or getting a agency license or just you can do something else on the
Yeah.
side.
Did you not think when you got injured, maybe I need to get into something else, or no? You just fully
Nah.
focus on recovery and getting back.
Nah, I was just like, I'm gonna get back fit.
Yeah.
I was like, this is my time. I needed to build my body,
Yeah.
get big in the gym,
Yeah.
and get ready. Like I never planned to retire at all.
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah. Well, it's. And what's your goals for the future then with coaching and stuff?
You know what? Like it's only been like 18 months,
Alright.
and in 18 months I've like gone from 0 to 100. Now I'm training guys that I played with for years and stuff.
Yeah.
And I just get good reviews all the time. People want to talk to me and ask for advice and say I've helped them a lot. And I just feel like just take my time and just keep progressing as I'm progressing.
Sky's the limit, man.
Whether that goes into a club, whether it goes into anything else.
Well, you got your own under 15s, 14s boys at the minute, ain't you?
Yeah, I'm working at Woking now.
Okay.
Under 14s. Been there for like a month and a half, 2 months, and
Decent.
yeah, it's just gone well at the start. Like I'm
Yeah.
got them playing good football. Parents are happy. Academy manager's happy. So yeah, like everything's progressing nicely as it should. I'm not trying to. Again, football, I worked hard for years.
Yeah.
It wasn't just like I worked hard for 6 months and I'm at the top.
Yeah.
So I've had to understand now, like, even in life, you gotta rebuild and it takes time. Nothing happens overnight.
Yeah, exactly.
Or before it's meant to happen, I should say.
Yeah.
So where I'm gonna be in 10 years' time, I don't know. But if I
Just
keep going the way
day
I'm
by
going,
day.
it's gonna.
100%.
Sky's the limit.
And what's your like coaching? Is it Instagram? I think I saw it. What's it
Soccer
called?
coaching. SOCCR coaching.
So how long have you been doing that for? No.
I started that 2023 May.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So that's when I first started. It's like my first session, and everyone's told me, post your stuff on social media. You don't post enough, and X, Y, Z. And I was always like,
100%.
like, if you know,
It's big though. It does
Personal
help.
brand.
yeah, like
Does help, man.
it's helped a lot. That's how I got noticed by my friend for FSCR. Like,
Yeah.
and other people
Yeah.
have always messaged me like, oh, can I help? Can I do a session with you? I'm like, yeah, like no worries. And it's like,
Yeah.
I didn't realize how big social media is in that
Yeah,
sense.
that's huge.
So
You can do
Before-
so much with it now.
Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah.
I was gonna say before we get into the quiz,
Yeah.
have you got any advice for like a player that's probably around 16, 17, just getting injured and just going for injuries? Because obviously that was the main thing that.
Yeah. I'd say firstly come to FSCR.
Yeah. First, definitely.
But aside from that, listen, patience. Like I know it's hard to say, and
Yeah.
be like, oh, everyone says that. Just take your time.
Mm.
In terms of don't rush it, and even in terms of when you're injured, like try and watch football from a different angle. Try and watch it. Like I said, choose a player that you like. Watch every game for him. So when you get back fit, if you can take 3 skills from him and put it into your game, it'll make you a better player. To me, I look at injuries now as kind of like a blessing. Obviously, given it's not a bad injury. If it's like a little 6 weeks, or that's not bad. Like take your 6 weeks out, let your body recover, look after yourself in terms of mentally and physically, and try and like develop your game outside of that.
Try to stay healthy and that.
stay
Don't
healthy.
think, oh, I'm gonna just eat a load of
like
crap.
even if you come back and you're not as sharp as you was, like it's a journey. So
It
you're
will
not gonna come back 100%. If you do, well done. But most people don't. So just don't beat yourself up. Just stay consistent. Really.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, should we get into the quiz now?
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't actually got any questions,
Well,
but let me chat GBT.
Yeah, just chat me.
What we doing? What kind of
All
what
knowledge,
kind
innit? I mean, your question's a pony anyway, so I'm just quite glad we're doing chat GBT with this.
Alright, give me some
Football
do
knowledge.
football.
Just say football knowledge questions from. Obviously, Steph's a lot older than me, so we've got to do.
Whoa. Hey, go from 2010 onwards. Anything before that,
Yeah.
Still young.
Yeah, 2010. When was you born?
97.
Was you? Yeah.
Yeah. Why are you saying it like that, Lackers?
No, I thought you were.
What's going on
No,
here?
that's still young. No, I'm 05.
Yeah.
I'm bare young.
don't know if you know this one. Are you ready? Oh yeah, how it works, right? So
Oh yeah, explain it, Steph. Are we still doing the way we normally do with the claps?
did it work last time?
I don't know, man, because it was like Serene just kept getting there before me, and he ended up winning
was
like
it a
10
clap?
mil.
You clapped.
Just
So
clapped
the
it, and
first
then
one.
you say the answer.
But you gotta let me finish the question.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta let me finish it.
Alright.
But if you don't know it, you got like
So I can't.
if you clap.
So if I clap
got
when you're
2
doing the question, it
seconds.
doesn't count.
Yeah, if you don't know it. Yeah.
Because that's what Serene kept doing, and
Yeah.
it kept doing me over because he ain't even finished question, and he
Oh.
just clapped.
Alright.
Yeah. Alright, sweet. Let me start off. Alright, ready. Which country won the 2010 FIFA World Cup?
Spain.
Sure.
No, I'm not sure. Germany.
Germany. Who you going for? Spain or Germany?
Spain.
Yeah, Spain.
Yeah, there we go,
Oh,
man.
almost
There we
got
go.
it
Hey, I
there.
would have had that and all.
There we
I would have
go,
had that. I was
there we go.
thinking, go on,
Alright,
change
ready?
to Germany.
Yeah.
Alright, which team won the UEFA Champions League in 2011 to 12 season?
You ain't got that.
You've not got that. I know you're
I
too
was
young.
7. Wait, 2011.
5.
I feel like it was Chelsea.
4.
Was it Chelsea?
Yeah,
It was.
Chelsea.
That's
Was Chelsea
class.
Bayern final? Was it
That's
Chelsea
class.
Bayern?
Yeah, I feel.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah.
They beat Bayern.
I just remember because when I was
Penalty
younger, my older
shootout.
brother,
Yeah, I
I used to just
remember.
watch all them games with him.
Yeah. All right. Who
1-1.
won the Golden Boot for being top goal scorer in 2014 FIFA World Cup?
Diego Forlan.
Nah. Well, did you know it?
That was the.
No.
That was the.
Can
He
I?
knows it.
Can I have a?
Yeah,
go
knows
on,
it.
go on.
No, go on, because I
Is
you
that? Is it Muller?
Nah.
I'm way off.
I swear that was the World Cup where James Rodriguez scored that. Like he had that worldie of a tournament. I'm sure it was 14.
Yeah.
Who is it then? Who are you saying? Who are you saying?
James Rodriguez.
Yeah.
VAR gotta check that.
Yeah,
Sorry.
well,
VAR gotta check that.
No, but I
Surely.
was there already. I was there already with it. I was on it.
Yeah.
I was
He was
just
on it.
making sure that was the
No.
right one.
Yeah, next, you can't do that,
So
though.
I'm sure Muller was.
You can't do that.
We
I'm
can't
sure
have
Muller was
point.
the one after.
Huh?
Are we
Yeah,
counting that
2-1.
point?
Yeah, 2-1.
Yeah, go on, 2-1.
That's crazy.
Right. In 2019, Lionel Messi won the Ballon d'Or for the sixth time. Who was the runner-up that year?
Oh, I don't know why I clapped so quick.
You obviously weren't.
5,
It weren't Ronaldo.
4,
I want to say
3,
Iniesta. No, it wasn't
2.
Iniesta. Neymar.
1. Nah. You saying?
But I ain't got a clue. Bow.
Nah.
2019. Van Dijk.
He was. Yeah, Van Dijk.
Yeah,
Oh
quickly,
my
man.
God.
Hey, knowledge, man.
Oh.
All right.
Days, that is poor for me. I don't know why I said bow. I just.
All right, you ready?
I was just.
Yeah.
You ready? It's a quick one. Who won the 2021 Ballon d'Or?
That was you.
Go on, Seth.
Modric.
No. 2021.
Nobody.
Huh?
Nobody.
What do you mean nobody? No.
Yeah, the year,
COVID,
it was
wasn't it?
2020.
2021.
2021.
Messi.
Yeah. FIFA Ballon d'Or 2021. That was during COVID, innit?
That was COVID, no?
That was COVID.
I swear Lewandowski meant to
Wait,
win it.
ChatGPT can't be wrong.
Oh yeah, no.
Bro, I thought no one.
Can't be.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure no one.
No, I'm pretty sure they was still playing football in 2021.
Bro,
Oh,
I ain't got a clue. I've gone
Don't know
blank.
about that one, man.
Messi, it says Messi, innit?
Yeah.
So technically, what's that? What?
3-2.
3-2.
All right. Which team won the 2020 UEFA Champions League, and who did they defeat in the final?
Real Madrid, Liverpool.
No.
Barcelona.
Impossible.
No. No.
2020.
2020. Who won the Champions League, and who did they defeat in the final?
Bayern Munich.
Yeah, and who did they defeat?
Wait.
Oh, this guy.
What you got
This guy
Ruining it.
All right. Who you said?
PSG.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3-3.
Ah, this guy.
Huh? That's not the question.
Yeah, but go on then. Bonus point. Who
Bonus
scored?
point, who scored?
I don't even know. Yeah.
Bayern, PSG. Yeah, I ain't got a clue.
Coleman.
I don't even. Who scored then? Yeah. All right. What are you saying?
What, we got the
4-3.
bonus point.
4-3.
No, because I didn't even get the point, innit?
3-3.
3-3.
Let's do some Premier League questions.
There we go.
Premier League.
Best of 5, by the way. Like, not best of, first of 5.
First
Yeah.
5, yeah.
All right. Which club set a Premier League record of earning 100 points in 2017?
Man City.
You sure?
Why'd you always ask you sure?
Are you sure though?
It's 2017 Liverpool.
Yeah. You going
Yeah,
Liverpool, or Man
yeah,
City?
I'm going Liverpool.
Nah, City.
What, bruv? City, yeah, that's my. I'll get to
No, you
answer.
Nah.
What? What's going on here?
Nah, just.
You can't say you're sure, because I was sure you had me second guessing.
yeah,
man.
No,
no.
but if he said Liverpool, you just say no, and then I go City.
Nah, keep it 4-3, bro.
Terrible. It's 3-3. It's 3-3.
3-3.
Yeah.
It's still
Oh.
3-3.
Which team won the Premier League in 2019-20 season?
Go on, you can have it.
Liverpool.
Yeah.
So 4-3.
Match
Match point for me.
Who was the Premier League top scorer in 2020?
I know that.
This one.
Don't say anything. Don't even say anything.
Harry Kane.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I knew it. I knew it.
Hey, clutch.
I knew
Next
it was
question,
Harry
let's go.
Kane. Wait, if I got that clap, I would have had that.
Was
I
it 2
promise
clear
you.
or 1 or just a 5?
Oh, we've had that question. We had that with Serene, and I answered it right, Harry Kane. I remember.
Yeah.
That's why I knew
Or
it.
was it 2 clear points or just a 5?
We'll do.
Just do it to 5, innit?
We'll do
Otherwise,
this one. This one wins it. Yeah.
Yeah.
This one wins it. Let me think of a good one. This is about United, right? You ready?
Go on then, calm.
Which player scored the winning goal for Manchester United on the final day of 2012 season?
Sorry, I was 9. I was 8.
Robin Van Persie.
Yeah.
Yeah. There we
I like
go,
you, George.
How is this
There we
happening?
go,
I've been done
man.
over.
There
He
we
supports
go,
United
man.
for you that
There
don't
we
Go
know.
on, Steph. Do you wanna plug your I don't know, football stuff?
Yeah, follow my Instagram. It's my name, Stefan O'Connor. My soccer page is a link to that.
Yeah.
Just give me a follow. Anyone got any questions in terms of advice and stuff? Yeah, just drop me a message and I'll get back to you.
Amazing.
Help you out if I can.
Thanks for coming on,
Any
bro.
fans, you find them at FSCR.
Alright, sweet.
FSCR. Follow FSCR as well. Good setup down there.
Yeah,
Good
it's
people
brilliant.
down there and get you some help.
Yeah.
Amazing. Sweet.
Thank you for coming
Thanks
on,
for
bro.
coming
on, mate.
It's been a
Appreciate that.
pleasure.
Appreciate that.
Sweet. See you guys.